advanced sneak preview.
We've only been out for what, a week? Did you say?
Yeah, Monday I did the selection.
There we go, buddy.
Forgive me for not staring straight at the camera, but that sun is killing me. But yeah, so Takano, our Secret Sanke Showdown event came about. I think, was it your idea last year? You wanted to do something?
It was my idea, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Bring everyone together. You're a man of the people, aren't you, Lee?
I try to help everyone.
Lee, before we start, of course, guys, this is Ricky. Welcome back to a brand new episode on the channel. Today, tomorrow actually is Secret Sanke event in Newark here in the UK. And today I'm with Ricky of Koi Wholesale and of course the Koi Soldier. Link in the description, guys. Go to his YouTube channel. This guy is really funny and I like the Q&As with his wife. Anyway, go check out his YouTube channel. Today we are discussing some of these really nice Sanke from a really nice grow out project, and Ricky can tell everything about it. And
yeah.
Lee, of course, as well.
So Lee wanted to do something. I'd seen Takano. I often buy, he has a batch of tosai he keeps separately that didn't grow in the mud pond the same size as the other fish. So it's a really mixed sort of quality level in there with some real high-end pieces. So I managed to secure them. Lee mentioned he wanted to do something. I've been talking to my brother, and yeah, I says, well, perfect. I've got these Takano Sanke, so I think they'll be the perfect thing. And then before we know it, this thing had grown arms and legs, and we threw it together at Newark Showground, where actually we released 100 fish. There was 50 tickets available. Everyone attended. We had the venue all set up on the day, so we had everybody there, some nice catering, just a really nice sort of social event for people to get together. The ticket owners selected their fish by lucky draw, and the nice caveat to the event was I was bringing them back here to grow on until part 2 of the event tomorrow. So they've had like 3.5 months in a 1,200 gallon pond. Now the best bit was, I think at the event these ranged from 18 to 23 centimetres. We put the 100 fish plus another 18 I had small ones back in this 1,200 gallon pond, so 118 fish in there for 3.5 months. And yeah, we're now at, I believe 30 cm was the smallest, and we're up to 36 with this beast in the bowl. And yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, they're showing all the typical Takano characteristics in body form, Sumi quality, Benny quality, just every reason why this guy is such a special breeder for Sanke. And yeah, I just can't wait to see people's faces tomorrow. I think for a lot of the guys involved, they're not people who are into koi showing or anything like that. Just, you know, for some, this was a real big deal. You know, actually a few at the event told me it's the most expensive fish they'd ever purchased. So certainly felt the pressure, but I knew what could be delivered. But I think the best part of it is, the most exciting part, it's going to open the eyes of everybody there to see what can be achieved. And even more so, the video that's obviously going to drop on our channel, where I've sort of really got the sort of juices flowing the other day when we spoke about it, because it's such a basic pond that they've been raised in. 1,200 gallons, it's a single bottom drain to a brush chamber. Yes guys, brushes. And then just to a fluid bed and back into the pond through UV. I don't think it can get much simpler. Obviously we've had the heat across the whole fish house, we've got the heating system, but the point I was trying to get across in it all, you know, there's so much obsession about crystal clear water for some people. These have been grown in the colour of it has been disgusting. Most people would tell you can't do anything with fish in that type of water, or it's no good for the skin, or it inhibits the growth. There's all these things that people say without ever actually having proved it or done it. So all these arguments out there, it just kind of wiped them all off, and then you see the results here. Just what we got, 5 of the fish out of all of them that are absolutely glowing. Skin quality is superb. Bodies are insane. You know, it's not just like they've grown in length, they really have got the body. We just look at the power on this.
Wow.
Mental. See that, look, I mean, the huge head. And obviously in all the arguments about raising fish, you know, the pond, everyone always seems to talk about the environment too much. Let's not forget the lineage. You know, and on top of all that raising fish, again, people talk about the environment, the water, this, that. They forget about the food. You know, we've recently done 2 interviews for Koi Talk magazine with 2, as you know, Yivo, pretty average breeders, Marido and Nogami. You know, 2 Dainichi Obi Kai, serious guys in the koi world, and I pitched similar questions, and one was about growing fish. And the first 2 things that came are genetics, food, then environment. is the way that they spoke about it, and I pretty much see it the same way. You know, feeding is the most important part in raising koi. If you don't get that bit right, you learn how to feed them properly, then you adjust the environment to cope with the food. Plain and simple. And make sure obviously the fish have got the capabilities and the genetic potential to actually achieve something, and you're onto a winner. Sod all the gadgets, they're not needed.
So tomorrow is the event, and we got 5 great fish in here, so this video will be published a bit after the event. So is there anything you can tell about prices? Of course, Lee is also an attendee, so...
Well, I'd like to say something as well. Obviously, when we thought up this little project, I had the honour to go actually to Japan in between the first event and the second event, and to go to Takano's establishment himself. And I had the honour to pick one of the tozai from his Tatstar range, and Tatigoi range, sorry. And I can tell you now, these wouldn't look out of place in that pond that I picked those fish, and I would not like to tell you how much those fish were. So for the price range, these are absolutely phenomenal. I can't imagine anyone being disappointed tomorrow. They're going to be over the moon.
That was the bit, and that's the bit I find fascinating still with the breeders. You know, he only puts these fish in that tank because at that moment in time they're smaller than the other ones.
Yeah.
Because he's only got 2 ponds for his tozai. It's the only thing he can do. So obviously, yeah, managing to get him away from him. But I did send him the video the other day and followed up with a quick phone call, and I asked him if he was good, and he told me he wasn't. So I think I might have done all right there. Happy days.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah.
which one is yours, Lee, and tell me a bit about it?
Okay, so this one's mine here. Well, Ricky can tell you about it. To be honest, he's.
I think it's screaming koi show at me, that one. It's just got the elegance, the setup in the body, the way the pattern is set and the way it carries. You've done well again there, mate, haven't you?
I do tend to do well on these little picks, yeah.
We was debating the other day, weren't we, why it keeps happening. Did insist it was the quality of the dealer.
Yeah, that's right. Taking advice. That's what it's said. But yeah, it's definitely not got the biggest volume. But if I was to pick one out there, I think I'd still pick that one. I don't know why. I think it's just a bit more elegant, and I think it's
quality-wise, it's still going to come. That's been the interesting bit. Obviously, the level of competition in there has been nuts. 118 fish. When all of a sudden they're coming up against fish like this one, of which there's a few, it's always going to have some impact. But with that structure, I think the minute you isolate that into your pond, mate, that's just going to fly for sure. But needless to say, I'm overjoyed at the event and what it's brought for people and what it's hopefully going to bring, but I am genuinely gutted now that I sold these. Having seen what I seen the other day, I would love nothing more than to drop these in one of the 3.5k ponds and romp them on till autumn, but I think it's fair to say if I get my hands on them, there won't be a Takano part 3 next year.
What I really like is the story, and you took me to Takano last year.
Yeah.
Really fun breeder. You'll know the videos, guys. If not, you can click on the link in the upper corner right now. You can watch that video at the end of this video. Anyway, I just said to Ricky that it was really nice to join the harvest with Takano last October, and he showed me his facility and the fish inside his koi farm. So it's really nice to have some kind of storyline, how it started, and of course how Lee came up together with Ricky to get this event for their customers. And I'll bet tomorrow there will be a lot of people with a very big smile on their face.
This is one of those, this farm is one of them special Niigata experiences that are just hard to replicate anywhere else. It's amazing.
I think you've got to be very lucky to be invited to go there as well. It's not a commercial.
No, it's not. The first time we went, that's the first thing. The guy's just like, I don't deal with foreigners.
Yeah.
But it was, luckily I was with Atsushi, so he's kind of that half Japanese side of him and his language skills, but he quickly saw I couldn't hide what was on my face that first time and what I was witnessing. and that transferred through as it has at a lot of places for me. That passion came across, and he is a dead passionate guy with this,
Yeah.
and we just kind of clicked in that way, so it was good.
So which one is your favorite, Ricky? Without spoiling anything for tomorrow.
There's a few. I get the feeling that this one will probably take the Grand Champion award. I think it's going to be hard not to, in all honesty, just because of its sheer, it's not just the size and body dominance, it's got everything else with it, so it's going to be quite tough to match that. And then yeah, the rest will leave till tomorrow.
Yeah. Awesome.
We could probably get an idea. Okay, get them back in. I'm going to drop a bit of PP on them, ready for tomorrow.
All right, Ricky, thank you for showing me the...
Pleasure. Trouble's coming.
Quick, end the video.